Hello?
How do you make Superman relatable? It's not easy.
What are you talking about? Why are we whispering?
That was the initial challenge and is now part of the enduring appeal of Smallville. In this video, we're looking back at the first episode of Smallville, which originally premiered on the WB on October 16th, 2001. Developed by writer-producers Alfred Goff and Miles Miller, the series focused on a teenage Clark Kent before he officially becomes Superman, through the lens of a coming-of-age WB teen drama where the meteor rocks are doing entirely too much. The first time the pilot gives Tom Welling's Clark Kent a letter S, it is not on a cape or on a colorful costume. It's painted on his chest while he's tied up in a cornfield as the Smallville High Scarecrow, as a victim of some high school jocks. It's an iconic image that defined how the show was marketed in its earliest days. That image tells us almost everything about the show's approach to Superman.
I'm Clark Kent. You're in Smallville.
Before the character can mean hope to the world, he has to pass through embarrassment, loneliness, and the worst parts of high school. The pilot begins with a town full of problems and a flashback to 1989. Lana Lang loses her parents in a meteor shower in what turns out to be probably the most unintentionally funny TV death of all time. In that same flashback, we also see a young Lex Luthor lose his hair. Meanwhile, high schooler Jeremy Creek is left hanging in a field and transformed by the meteor rocks. Even Clark's arrival as a little boy from another planet is wrapped in destruction before John Snyder's Jonathan Kent and Annette O'Toole's Martha Kent find him and turn that moment into a family.
We didn't find him. He found us.
That matters because Smallville makes Superman relatable by placing him inside the same damaged world as everyone else. Clark is not floating above it, not yet. He has absolutely nothing figured out. Sure, he's a handsome dude who can outrun the bus to school, but neither quality really seems to fix anything. He's walking the halls with his friends Chloe and Pete, trying to make sense of his insecurities and the wall of weird. Just wanting to play football, even though his dad knows one bad tackle could end in a real tragedy. On the Kent farm, Wisdom often arrives wearing work boots. Jonathan and Martha are trying to do two things at once: connect with a son whose life they cannot fully explain, and protect him from a world that would never let him be ordinary. Jonathan Kent can sound stern even in this pilot, but his caution is not just because I said so style parenting. It is fear, love, and the quiet knowledge that Clark's choices will matter more than his abilities. Like I mentioned earlier, Clark's powers do not make high school easier. They make it more complicated. Nowhere is that clearer than with Lana, played here by Kristen Crook. Clark's feelings toward his crush are already awkward enough because she's dating Whitney, the star quarterback. But the pilot adds a wonderful twist from Superman lore. Lana's kryptonite necklace makes Clark physically weak whenever he gets close to her. Most teenagers with a crush feel nervous, we've all been there. But Clark's comes with a medical emergency. Around Lana, Clark is hesitant, flustered, and fragile. He's falling down, it's embarrassing. Later, he can save Lex from drowning in a sinking Porsche after the crash on Loeb Bridge, but he can barely survive a conversation with the girl next door. This is not a joke at Clark's expense. It's the point.
Statistical fact. Clark Kent can't get within 5 feet of Lana Lang without turning into a total freak show.
The pilot also understands that feeling different can go in more than one direction. Jeremy was changed by the meteor rocks. He was bullied and humiliated in that same cornfield, but where Jeremy turns pain into revenge, Clark turns difference into care. He goes after Jeremy not to prove how strong he is, but because someone has to stop the hurt from spreading. And that's where the hope of Clark Kent really begins. Not in what he can do, but in what he decides to use his gifts and abilities for. And that is why the scene with the new truck matters too. When Lex gives Clark a truck for saving his life, Clark sees freedom, 4 wheels, something good finally happening, and maybe a chance to feel normal for a few minutes. But Jonathan sees something else. He sees the Luther name attached to it. He sees strings Clark cannot see yet. And more than anything, he sees how badly his son wants a normal life. Football, a girlfriend, independence, a place in the world, while knowing that Clark's life will never be as simple as he wants it to be. So the pilot keeps asking, what kind of person will Clark become when he cannot be ordinary? Beneath all the teen angst and meteor rock weirdness, this pilot episode holds up. Like Clark Kent here, we all want to be normal, even if we're not even exactly sure what that means.
I didn't dive in after Lex's car. It hit me at 60 miles an hour. Does that sound normal to you? I'd give anything to be normal.
And then, after the meteor rocks, the crash on the bridge, the Luthers, and the scarecrow humiliation, the pilot ends by giving Clark something beautifully ordinary. He imagines dancing with Lana. Not saving the world, not discovering his destiny, just daydreaming about dancing with the girl he likes. It's such a small, human dream, and that's exactly why it means so much. Before Clark becomes a symbol people look up to, he's still a young man, standing on the outside of the life he wishes he could just step into. Of course, by the end of the pilot, Clark is not Superman yet, far from it. But we can already see the shape of him, not in a cape, but in the rescue, in the compassion, in the Kent's love, in the longing for a normal life he may never fully get, and even in that cruel letter S painted in the cornfield, a symbol that will one day stop meaning shame and start meaning hope.